Let's go from the ego, the illusion, creating meaning, how people figure out that the ego is just an illusion and it's a bullshit way that we put together the world. But the problem is people have a hard time leaving that because the next step to that is like the nihilistic, well, there is no meaning, and they get into this doldrum. And then oftentimes people say they're so bored, they don't like it, life it doesn't have meaning, and then they go searching for meaning, and it's difficult. So let's change this up and just go through that whole process from the illusion of the ego creating meaning, and then the nihilistic state of there really is no meaning, to the state that we really want to be in, which is exciting. And in my terminology is when you truly understand that life is the gift of experiencing you. So how do we do that? Let's use a metronome in order to do that. So people who are embroiled in the ego, this is where you move forward creating meaning by grabbing onto some kind of belief and then making it right and tribalizing with other people. You do this by always needing some kind of drama in order to create meaning from that place. And there's a lot of people that figure that out, that's first of all, it's never going to work itself out. There's always going to be an egoic story, and then you realize, maybe you take psychedelics or something like that, and you realize it's meaningless. And so the next level is, okay, so what do I do when if I'm not creating meaning in that sense? Then I go into, okay, well, I'm going to be really peaceful, I'm going to meditate all the time, and I'm going to become a stoic, or I'm going to, whatever. And then you start realizing that like life isn't vivid, it's not bright, and it becomes dull and boring and non-exciting. And a lot of people are there right now. And then I'm saying that there's this other state of being where life is the gift of experiencing you. The meaning is the excitement of experiencing life altogether. So let's put this into a metronome. So let's think of that each of us has a metronome inside of us. And if you don't know what a metronome is, it's a little device that keeps a perfect beat. Like some drummers need to use it, or they'll train themselves with a metronome. You can have the metronome at different beats and whatever else. So in the egoic world, we move forward in time by drama and clinging to beliefs and being right and these kind of things. And what's ending up happening is let's just think of it like that metronome that you have going inside of you. And so we get addicted to, living in our society where we live by anxiety. So we get used to this idea of not having a metronome that is in harmony. And then we create our world from that point of view, and then everybody just stays in this, people don't have this harmony. And then some people go out and they find meditation, they find these things to get that metronome in balance. They start to adjust their thoughts, their feelings, and their emotions, and that work gets them ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. And then you realize that, by doing that work or that practice, that you can then live with this metronome that's in harmony. But you can get your metronome into that balance, and then you've got your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings together, but you're like, there's an emptiness that happens. Yeah, I'm in harmony with the world, but the beat isn't doing anything for me. And then you start to look for meaning, and then you start to go, I don't want to do this anymore. I got to find meaning, blah, 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 blah. So I would say that the next point is, so if you look at it from a conscious point of view, from going from the illusion where you're living off of drama, you're living with this metronome that's just out of balance and you're thinking that but you're creating meaning at that time because, you're the one that'll stand up for your brother and you're the one that'll defend everything. And so we get used to living in that anxiety and that out of balance. So the next step is we get that balance going. So what's the next step after that? Well, the next step after that is simply getting in tune with our metronome. And what does that mean? That means that we not only get the harmony in our life, but we start to find the excitement that we like. Oh yeah, the beat of my metronome is exactly what I want. Other ways to look at this is like you're living, you raise your vibration so that you're living on a high flying disc. Or another way is that you get your tail wagging. You figure out, how do you work with your mind and your thoughts? You wake up every day saying, hey, I'm not doing anything until I'm excited about the beat that's going on in my world. I'm going to be getting my own tail wagging. I'm going to get my own tail wagging. And then the next thing you know, you're enjoying that metronome, you're enjoying the beat, and you're waking up every morning and you're going, hey, it doesn't matter what the day brings to me. If I'm jiving with my beat, if I'm here, that no matter what, I get it comes into my world, all the things, what we call problems that I face, I'm going to do better. I'm going to find more meaning. I'm going to find more excitement. I'm going to find the answers to problems. If I'm vibing and my tail's wagging, I'm going to have the clarity to walk right through those problems. I'm going to be seeing them from a different point of view, because what's end up happening is my mind and the thoughts that come into my mind are going to be trained for looking for the things that bring me joy, looking for the beauty in the world, the things to be grateful for. And so it's not just a matter of getting into harmony with the world and our emotions and our feelings and our thoughts. It's also enjoying the vibe, enjoying the beat that's happening in the world. So there you go. Hopefully that's helpful.